Hey cousins, all the homies out there, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be about my reaction to going out and going to auditions in LA. Wow. So first off, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with your homies, your friends, whoever might be thinking about moving out to LA or whichever whatnot, have a passion for fashion or whatever. So me being me, I have my background in like fashion design and like modeling, whatever, but I'm very humbly conceited and I'm like, you know what, I like to see myself on video. So I'm like, well, let's audition for stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I was like, well, yeah, let's just audition for stuff, you know, take a crack at, like, you know, background work and acting and things like that. I'm like, I never really had much of an interest in it, but as of recently, it just kind of really intrigued me. So I'm like, you know what, that'd be kind of cool to see myself on, like, a Target ad or something like that. So I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and take a crack at it. So my homegirl Omasa, she's bomb. She really kicked me in the butt, like, hey, me dude out here and do these cool things. She's a model. Go hit her up, omasa.e. I'll put it in the video. But yeah, go hit her up. She's here in LA. She's killer. She's beautiful and brown and magical. But she was like, hey, we need to be out here, we need to be popping, do thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what, you're right. Like, I need a good kick in the butt to actually get out, put my face out there. Whatever, whatnot. So she was like, hey, get like Backstage, the app or whatever like that. So I made the mistake of buying Backstage, which I bought like the year subscription for it and I can't get a refund. I've already tried, but it really sucks. And actual actors have told me like, yeah, it really sucks at Backstage. Sorry, Backstage. I'm new to this whole thing, so I didn't know that. But yeah, so they were like, yeah, don't get Backstage. And they would say like, do like LA casting networks, whatever. And so I'm like, okay, so I'm doing the casting networks, LA casting right now. I think it's like 28 bucks a month. I was like, I'm not gonna make the mistake of getting a whole year subscription again if I don't know if it really actually does work. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do month to month as of right now. Maybe, you know, in the future I'll get the whole yearly subscription. But yeah, so I'm like waiting for a job. So I'll get, you know, I'll get sent, you know, 50 emails a day of like different castings that are going on that I kind of, you know, my specs and my information apply to more so. It's hard for me because I'm off of work on certain days, and so I try to find auditions and shoot days that correlate with my schedule well. So that's what makes it hard for me to not, you know, I can't qualify for each shoot, you know, because I might not be available. So I feel like LA casting is definitely good if you don't have a job and you're looking for, you know, background work, because they have stuff for like, you know, audience sit-ins, that kind of thing, like regularly, like all the time they pay you. So I'm like, well, shoot. I haven't done that yet, so I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty new to the whole LA casting thing and going to auditions and whatever like that, hence this video. So yeah, so I just came back from 2 auditions today. I was like, wow, I'm doing big things. Yeah, so I had an audition for a hair company. They install like weaves and things like that. I've never had a weave, so I'm like, well, let's see how this goes so I do get, you know, the cut. So yeah, that was at 12:40, and you know, your girl's antisocial, but she's very social. So I was like, I hadn't talked to people yet today, and I was like, I don't know how to socialize. Like, what are we doing over here? Like, oh, hello, how can I help you? Oh wait, no, I ain't at work. Yeah, so I kind of had to use that as an icebreaker for my second audition, basically. But yeah, that hair audition was pretty cool. The girl barely knew what a slate was. I'm like, oh, okay, I should probably do more research about this. I'm like, oh, slate is, hi, my name's Erin Smith. Profile and post and market. Yeah, so that's basically what a slate is. So yeah, audition was pretty cool. It's so weird. It's hard to like not compare myself sometimes to the other people in the room, because it was all these like a bunch of like beautiful black girls for the audition for the weave hair or whatever, and I was like, she cute and her hair cute and her boots is cute, and I'm like, and I'm just me. But yeah, it was whatever. And they told me to like have like almost a serious face and like smile, and I'm like, my face be doing whatever the heck it wants to do. So I'm like, I don't know how this is really coming out, but I got some black hair, so I can help you with that. But other than that, as you can see, I took my wig off. I'm wearing my real hair. But yeah, so we'll see what happens after that. I didn't feel all that great about that audition, but all I can do is put yourself out there, get the practice, and then see what, you know, comes about afterwards. So I was like, okay, you know, I walked away, I was chill. I was like, okay, like maybe I didn't do the best, but I was like, you know, we're working it out, we're doing it. At least I'm showing up and doing stuff. Usually I'd be like, I'd be in my bed like, I ain't trying to go outside. But, you know, I got up. I'm proud of myself for, you know, getting out there, doing something, showing my face to different places. So that's another big thing is, you know, make sure you're in the right mindset to like just get out there. And I'm just trying to make sure that I'm more so being the go-getter that I am in my head. I want to make sure that I apply that to my actual actions. So after audition number 1, I had another audition at like 2:45ish. So that one was for like a clothing company, and I had to like model a sweater basically. So I was like, okay, that's like more of my lane almost. And so it was. I felt better about this one, for sure. I felt better. I showed up early. I showed up on time. Whatever. The place I went to, like the company is like super cute. The office is super cute. I'm like, okay, I like this. But yeah, I felt more in control during the second one. There was a guy with the camera. He was like, hey, like, okay, so I want you to answer this question, and I want you to, you know, apply like lotion with your hands and do this. And I was like, well, I'm wearing makeup, so I'm gonna try and do this. And luckily I exfoliated my face today, so, but I was still like skipping over my skin because I was like, oof, it's rough. Yeah. So yeah, and I was just trying to feel it as natural as possible, trying to set the tone for the room. So it was a small room, so I was like, okay, I got this. And then the guy was like, yeah, take this sweater and, you know, go ahead and put it on, let me know how it feels, like tell the camera, and then can you like model it for me a little bit, you know? So I was just like, you ain't gotta tell me twice. Ooh, ooh. And then I let it drape over my shoulder like, ooh. That was hot. It was smooth. It was smooth. I was like, okay. And then, you know, I had to get in with a smile too. So yeah. So I felt better after leaving that one. I feel like my awkwardness worked out well. Cause you know, awkwardness can either really suck or it can be like cute awkward where you're like, oh, okay, like yeah, okay. It was that kind of awkward, so I was like, I more so just added a little hint of awkward just to make it like cute. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. But you know, who knows? I could probably not get a call back from either of these places, but at least, yeah, like I said before, I'm just getting out there, doing my thing, you feel me? And yeah, so I'm looking forward to more different castings. Like I said, I'm a noob to this, so this is whole. If anybody has any tips on, like, you know, if they do this stuff all the time, like, let me know. And then I especially have a hard time like working around my schedule, because all the things that they post on LA Casting, it's all like, oh, 10-hour shoots, 12-hour shoots, overnight. And I'm like, I work every night. I work every night basically. So I'm like, unless it's happening in the morning and then I can get to work in time, like, it's a wrap. So well, I might be thinking like, oh, like I'm overthinking like what they're saying. So I'm just like, does it interfere with how I look? And then also another thing, since some of the stuff is like, the second shoot was like close up more, well, sometimes somewhat more close up, but I'm like, yeah, I got acne and I have a hard time getting rid of it. So I'm like, can y'all Photoshop all that on me? If I can, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm like, I have acne and I just can't get rid of it. I try everything I can, but it's just like, never leave. So I'm just like, I feel like going forward after these two auditions, I'm like, I really just want to hone in on trying to make myself perfect, which that's not a real thing, but like I want to make myself as marketable as possible. Unfortunately, this makes it very hard. I've tried everything, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna try and be kinder to myself and, you know, just pamper myself and work more on my appearance just so I'm more marketable and such like that. So yeah. Like I said before, LA casting, like I get a bunch of emails a day. I'm constantly applying to stuff every day. I feel like I've gotten way more just things sent to me, way more than Backstage. Backstage is definitely trash. Sorry, Backstage, but you didn't give me a refund when I didn't know what I was doing. It was 2 weeks after, and I'm just like, after I had bought it, and I was like emailing like, hey, can I get a refund? Like, you know what, it's been 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm not really feeling it, and the chick was like, we only do refunds 10 days or less, and I'm like, missed it by 4 days. So if you're seeing this Backstage, can I please get a refund? Like, I mean, it was cool, but it's not really. Yeah, for sure. I've gotten way more like callbacks and whatever like that compared to Backstage. So I'm probably gonna stick with LA casting networks. For sure. I might, you know, just buy the yearly subscription. I don't know, but we'll see when I get that check. Okay, and then hopefully that check do these jobs. If I get, you know, if I get chosen, they can pay for my subscription. So yeah. But alright guys, so make sure, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. That is all the information for this video. This is probably where you're gonna click off the video. You don't really have to, because I know you like my face, so you can stay. So also I would like to say that at the moment, if you didn't know, make sure you follow my Instagram at IamAaronsmith.com, at IamAaronsmith. And then you can also check out my clothing, since, like I said, I am a designer. If you have a Depop, definitely go hit me up. It's the same as my Instagram, I am Aaron Smith. Or if you hit up my Instagram, you check out my my design page called Aaron Made That on Instagram as well too. You can hit me up and be like, hey, I don't have a Depop, but I want to buy your jumpsuit or this or that, whatever. Let me know. I got you. I can send it out to you, okay? Alright, bye, cousins.